This means the child has resided in the state for the 6 previous months or residing in the state but is absent because a parent took the child to another state. A parent who wrongfully removed or retained a child in order to create a home state will be denied custody. Yes. Now, the wrongful removal of my sons from Guam because Heidi made up a story of domestic violence and child abuse. Yes. My record was expunged. Yes. Now, my sons did not have significant connections to the state of Washington. They were homeschooled. Yes. Doctors and grandparents. We really weren't that close to my parents. Yes. Sandra Taylor and Doug Taylor. Yes. Or my Uncle Wayne or my Aunt Lori. And the only real connection I had was to my Grandma Condit that died in 2017. Yes. Now, substantial evidence in the state concerning the child's care, protection, training, and personal relationships. A parent who wrongfully removed or retained, yes, let me see here, a child in order to create significant connections will be denied custody. Yes. Now, I mentioned that I wanted custody of my sons, and you decided that when Heidi moved here, she had significant connections to Clallam County. Yes. I'm the one that actually purchased the house, and yes, she was a graduate of Peninsula College. Yeah. But her mother was, well, she was on her way out. She was staying at Mary and Martha's there in Paulsbo, and her sister, who was it again? Kingery. Lori Kingery. Yes, Lori Kingery Webster. I thought she had moved June to California. Oh. Now, when she petitioned for dissolution of marriage on May 24th of 2012, yeah, she had actually abducted my sons and you issued a protection order? Yes. Well, she wasn't a resident, they weren't a resident, and I wasn't a resident. Pooch. Now, I'm almost sure about this. The moving back to Clallam County was for some other reason than actual employment. Oh, Heidi hadn't had a job. Yes. She had a few friends in the actual county. Yes. But this idea of abducting children and then you giving her a dissolution of marriage, yes, after the fraud of having me arrested, right. And after the wrongful execution dissolution when you arrested me for the allegation of violating the protection order, yeah. I don't think she had any connection to Healthy Families of Clown County. We had been married for 10 years. Yeah. You can't go back to the second marriage that she had to Tim Hodges. Yes. After 10 years of marriage and said, well, I did know Marion Waters and I did know those in, you should have denied custody. Poach. Now, the child or children is in the state, either has been abandoned or in danger of being abused or neglected. Would you consider it neglect to intentionally enroll students, children, yes, in school 2 years behind where they should have been because of their age? Yes. Now, Heidi would have said that we did everything according to homeschooling laws. Yes, yes, yes. But the thought of my son, Zachary, graduating when he's 19 years old and 5 months, yeah, I think that's too old to graduate. I think he should graduate or at least get his GED when he's 17 years old and 5 months. Okay? Now, I'm wanting to sue this court right now. I think it is abuse and neglect, yes, to intentionally enroll my sons in school 2 years behind where they should have been for the last 7 years and 4 months. Yeah. Now, no other state can meet one of the above three tests. Pro state cannot meet one of these tests. Oh. Now, changing the custody visitation orders. I want you to remove the dissolution of marriage, considering the arrest that took place. Right. Just 4 days after the issuance of the dissolution of marriage? Yes. And then the reissuing of the protection order while I was on trial for the allegation of violating the protection order? Yes, yes, yes. And then my responding within the 90 days and the fraud of motioning the court for default dissolution of marriage? Yes. And then there's a false allegation of being in Sequim, Washington on December 31st of 2015? Yes. I was not in that city. Yes. I was actually on the bus that morning and I was in the Port Angeles library that afternoon. Yes. Went to an alcathon on New Year's Eve at 6:30 p.m. Yes. I was in the Port Angeles library on New Year's Eve from, well, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I was never in Swim, Washington, and I never violated your fraudulent protection order. Choo choo. Now, why don't you remove it right now? I'm going to want custody of my sons today, and then I'm going to want to sue you. Yes. Sue every state of the United States that has any knowledge, yes, of the fraudulent dissolution of marriage violating the Uniform Child Custody Jurisdiction Act. Okay, okay. Now, I know you're tired of this encyclopedia, but it helps me think of all the lawsuits after 2,260,000 emails. Now, what circumstances can custody and visitation orders be changed within the county where they were obtained, Judge Rohr? Yes. Well, it looks to me like there was a large amount of fraud because I didn't get notice of this court hearing. No, no, no. I didn't get notice of this court hearing. No. I didn't get notice of this settlement conference setting hearing that did not take place. Yes. I didn't get notice of this court hearing. Oh, motion hearing October 5th of 2012. Yes. I didn't get notice of this court hearing. Oh. I didn't get notice of the actual non-jury trial, Judge Rohr. Yes. And then you got notice that the mail was returned unclaimed 2 days after you issued the dissolution of marriage, knowing that they were doing so good because they were 2 years behind all the other students their age. Now, you reissued this protection order by minute order, Brett Basden? Yes. But there was no actual service to myself? Yes. And then when I was found not guilty, you decided to continue to enforce it? Yes. Then you modified it by the fraud, yes, of the actual pastor where my sons attended church for approximately 5 years? Now, I know I'm wanting to sue you and have you put in prison. Then you reissued the temporary protection order? Yes. Uh-huh. And then order modifying? Yes. You remember when she was actually in front of Brent Basin approximately 5 times in the month of October of 2012? Yeah. I wasn't in front of the Brent. Well, I've never been in front of the court commissioner. You kept saying I needed a mental health evaluation for not realizing that these 5 minors named, yes, that all are being using my last name. Yeah, I'm going to jerk them out of the fucking school and they're going to graduate when they should have graduated. Now, the respondent never received actual notice of the hearing that took place on July 31st of 2015. Yes, I was prohibited from knowingly coming within or knowingly remain 1,000 feet. Yes. Now, as I told Judge Landis in the video arraignment where there was a failure to appear, yes, of the August 21st hearing where I did not get any personal service or summons, yes, of the actual criminal complaint in Jefferson County. I don't know where she lives. I did Google the Brennan School District. Yes, it looked like a fake website. I mean, why would they employ my wife when she abducted my sons? Yes, and then enrolled them in school where they were 2 years older than all the other students in their class. You know, when you really think about it as a school district, yes, it is violating their civil rights. Now, this thought of the mental health evaluation, yes, treatment if recommended, pooch, it was on every protection order. Yes, it was. I've never been mentally ill or mentally defective. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to realize when children should graduate from high school. Yeah, 19 years and 5 months is a little too old to be graduating. As if they were idiots. They were retarded. Pooch. They were mentally defective for being in a class 2 years behind those.